Hello, welcome to Abracadabra, Create What You Speak. I'm iLan Azoulai Gina Ann. This is an empowerment program for you who are ready to reclaim your power, to remember your gifts, to bring your gifts to the world, and to shine. I'm a spiritual mentor and a sound therapist. Gina Ann is an intuitive counselor and an inner child specialist. And we are, Gina, where are we?
Should we tell them?
I think we should tell them.
We're at Meditation Mount in Ojai.
Meditation Mount in Ojai. This is spectacular. I'm going to turn around to show you the view around here.
Incredible.
While we are using the sound bowl here. It's just such a beautiful place.
So as you can see, we've taken literally it on the road.
Yes, Abracadabra on the road. Remember when we? I keep remembering the time when we get kicked out from the studio.
Exactly. So this is the thing. Something always turns out good when you think it's not good.
There's always a reason for everything, and also for the program being on the road. It's just a new chapter, a new place, and this is bringing also this whole thing of being on the road and closing connections and starting new connections. Everything is a new experience. So this reminds me of things that happened this week. Emotions and energies. Please share anything that you want to share, to ask about how this week was for you and what really came up this week for you. And so, how about you, Gina?
Well, this week, I think there's always a theme with my clients. So this week was a combination of dreams and people coming back or tapping back into our lives that we haven't heard from in a very long time. And personally, that happened to me too. Very vivid dreams, very emotionally charged, past triggers, but not bad or good. Just watching them resurface and me processing them in a different way, and me processing my clients. So the dreams were very vivid. Again, these dreams that I was having and my clients were having were based upon where do we go? Where do we go from here? So when you said separation and unity, that's kind of like what was in their dreams of relationships, of jobs, of locations. Oh, I'm looking at you.
No, a little louder, I'm saying. So I can
a little louder, I know. Because we're in a meditation mountain, so I'm trying to be respectful. And you know what? It does feel very calming. So I guess my voice is taking on the energy of the nature, the birds. Do you hear the birds?
It just dawns on you, this sense of calmness. Now I'm using here the sound bowl, which is a heart space. It's the heart space frequency. And this is the topic. Part of the topic that I wanted to bring up is the separation. When we're experiencing separation, and separation could be closing up to something that is happening, something that triggers you, so we shut off many times. When there are things that we are not in agreement with people at work, so we go through a period of separation, and sometimes we resolve this, sometimes not. But separation, for the most part, is a great potential for a greater connection when the connection is coming back, when the connection is rekindled, if the connection is rekindled. Because the separation creates this pull. We are pulling away from somebody or a certain situation, and then when we come back to that situation, there is a stronger pull. My grandma used to say, far from the eye, closer to the heart. I all the time thought, we grew up in the Western world saying, what you don't see is not affecting you. Like far from the eye, far from the heart. And I all the time disagreed with my grandma. She was saying far from the eye, close to the heart. But you know what? This is really a profound experience, because like you were saying about about people that came back into your life. Same thing happened with people that coming back into my life, and realizing that the further or the longer that I was in disconnect or wasn't close to that person or to a situation, suddenly it became stronger when the person reappeared, and or stronger feeling, stronger, a different way of looking at why and how this connection ended. But it doesn't have to be only with people. It has to be with ourselves as well.
Well, when you're speaking in the subject of people, see, my experience is, I think separation is someone, if it's like, I see it as a rubber band, and if you both are separated and you both don't want to come together, I don't feel it does become stronger. I feel like if someone's trying to force it, or one and the other one doesn't, it keeps pulling, and then it snaps.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to have both players in it. You know, you have to both players. You can say, okay, I'm ready to connect. So let's say there is a connection that went south to Georgia. Went south.
Is there? I don't know. I know it's in the south.
Oh, not south. From here. So when I was in Boston, just south.
Okay,
but it's a saying. It's like going. Something went south, you know.
Or you go south, or he goes south. I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't.
So what do I want to say?
There is a saying.
Yeah. So. You know, now I lost my train of thought. I went south. I forgot to come back north.
No, I said with the rubber band theory. Mine is the rubber band theory.
If somebody is not, if there are not two willing partners to come back together, then the separation is there. You may have a relationship that went south, right? And you are ready to connect. You realize that you realize your place, you realize where you were, how you contributed to that separation, and you're ready to connect to that person, but the other person is not ready for that. The other person is still in their sorrow, still in their pain, still in anger, you know, and you know, this brings to another question. We talked about this. It brings to another question that when we choose our path here, we choose where we come, we choose our parents, we choose where we're coming, we choose the experiences that we're coming through, and it's part of what is in Kabbalah called tikkun. Tikkun means, the literal explanations mean a repair, a fixing. I don't want to take it in the wrong way of saying or fixing because something is broken. Nothing is broken. But what it is we're on a spiritual journey, and the spiritual journey is to elevate our soul level, our neshama, our soul level with the experiences that we go through, so we can expand our mindfulness, but also learn what we need to learn. So for example, if I need to learn humility, if I'm here to learn humility, and so the catalyst to learn humility is to be actually a victim. It's to be a victim, or to be bullied, or that kind of role that plays how you can learn kindness and humility. And to learn this kindness and humility, we have to go through certain experiences that will cause. I know that, you know, several years ago I was in a very, very low place. That place really, low place as far as my experience, that place really taught me a lot about how I conduct myself, how I was in relation to myself and to the world, and that prevented me really from showing up many times.
Sure, I believe our experiences, you have a free choice to go this way or that way. However, I can't wrap my emotional heart or brain. I used to work for the court. I worked there for 11 years, and I've seen a lot. So I can't wrap my heart around that. I feel that a child comes into this life to suffer. So I understand what you're saying, and yes, I feel like we are all on this life journey, and what I call Earth School here. And so
the toughest school on the universe.
It really is. And so in our life journey, I believe we need ourselves and others for assistance.
Yes,
so our lessons, I guess, are our assistance. And well, I guess this is. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. So when you meet somebody, or when you're in a certain experience and you meet somebody who says, "Oh, you know, there is a strong connection. You know, like you feel that you've been to several lifetimes. You've experienced that. I know I've experienced that. If you've done past life regressions, then we are actors in this world. This world is a stage, and we are acting. We are actors. So every time we play a different role. Now, if I was in a different lifetime, I was I did something really horrible. The way to correct or to expand my awareness and my consciousness is either in that lifetime or coming in a different lifetime and experiencing that victimhood the same way that I inflicted pain or bullying on another person's life. For me, I believe it happened from past lifetime to this lifetime, but it also happened actively in this lifetime where I was in a certain place, treated people in a certain way. And then I've got to experience what the other person felt, what the other person experienced, the pain that the other person experienced. And so that causes the soul level, that causes the awareness, the consciousness to expand and to push the boundaries of acceptance. Do you see what I'm saying?
So if you're saying, because I feel we all experience whatever, how many lifetimes we have, there's always going to be pain involved. So you're saying if you're one of your past lives, you inflicted pain, therefore you deserve to have pain in this lifetime? So am I putting a religious connotation on that? Or
but the word deserve,
or a happening.
But I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
I know it, but deserve really comes from a religious standpoint. It's not as like, oh, you're going to get punished. It's more of like a cause and effect. It's more of like, it's math. Like everything is math, really.
Math and science.
Creation. What?
Math and science.
Math and science. Music is math. Music is math, right? So it is like 2 plus 2 is 4. It's not 2. You're going to be 4 because you hang left. That's not nice. You have to be 2. You have to be 4. No, it's like 2 and 2 is 4. And so it's the same thing. It's like if I'm standing in in an entrance of a puzzle of a maze, and I have two ways to go. If I choose the left, it'll produce that outcome. If I choose the right, it'll produce that outcome. It's the same. So it's the same connotation. Because the whole
it's
point.
Free will.
But here's the thing: we are here really to show. We're here really to. What is wrong with our world today, right? There's a lot of darkness that comes up.
There's unkindness.
Unkindness. So what is the purpose? To be kind, to be loving, to come from a compassionate place. So if we are not in a compassionate place, we have to reach to that place of being compassionate through the lessons that we go through the pain that we go through.
Well, that's the hope and desire.
But
however, that's sometimes not the case. So
what do you mean that's not?
So you have, let's say, for example, a mother or a father who is abusive, alcoholic parent.
Yes.
And she has twins, or he has twins.
Yes.
Twin girls or twin boys, it doesn't matter. Okay? So they grow up.
Twin doggies.
Fine. Yeah. One twin turns out to be an alcoholic, abusive parent. The other one turns out to be a very responsible and loving parent. The psychologist comes in and says, why are you an alcoholic and abusive parent? I watched my mother or father. So then they ask the other twin, wow, you're a very responsible, loving parent. How did you become this way? I watched my mother or father. So we all have a choice.
Yeah, but that's their journey.
Correct.
It's their journey to experience what their soul level needs to experience. They chose the parent because their parent, that parent that they came to, these parents that you came to, are those people that have the tools to give you to go through what you need to go through in order to expand and be where you are today.
Correct. But they're twins. So the twins could have both been alcoholic, abusive parents, or they could be.
But you're talking about circumstantial.
Well, I'm saying free will, right?
Yes.
Free will.
Well, okay, free will.
But you're saying we have a soul journey.
But also the soul journey is a free will. Also coming here is a free will.
So do you think the child that chose to mimic the parent, that person, that twin chose to come in this journey for that, and his past journey
not for that. I think that mimic the parents, for example, is causing that child to go through a certain path that will teach that kid to be what that kid needs to be in that particular time in their journey.
And no, I'm not challenging. It's just what
No,
I
it's
hear
understanding.
from.
It's great.
These are questions that I feel that actually my clients ask and wonder. So even though we're on the same path, right? A spiritual path, a spiritual journey of assisting others. I don't know if we have a difference of opinion. I think we have different perspectives, and I think it's beautiful.
Well, it's a different perspective. We're going through the same. Look, we can talk about this all the time, and today you may say I don't understand that or I don't get it, and maybe in a week or a month or a year from now you say, yeah, I realize where my journey is actually to learn what I needed to learn in order to evolve. Look at yourself, for example. You went through a lot. You're divorced. You're two children. You went through a lot in your life, and so to go through that, like the way that you are treating with your children is different than the way that you've been. Now, they say also that we usually are the opposite what our parents are. Not all the time, but in this case, you've taken what you've experienced, what you had to experience in order to be the person that you are today. You wouldn't be able to be the person that you are today without going through this particular experience, because this particular character, this particular form that you've taken on yourself, is that form that was the perfect form to teach you, for you to learn what you need to learn.
But I chose to go down that path, whereas I get that.
But you chose it on the soul level before even coming here.
There we go. So I love this, and I would love to continue this. I know this is a quick
Look, we're getting dark here.
Because we're getting dark. But this was really fun, and we'd love to hear your feedback on your experiences during the week, and if any of this that we have kind of
resonates, share with us. Thank you very much for being here and for joining us. Abracadabra, create what you speak on the road. I'm iLan Azoulai. This is Gina Ann. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.